Wrist, man, check the rim. Money stretch your distance. I'm talking a few 100,000 yards. You just on your 5th grand. Fingers don't count on them. Hey, she wanted like me cause her like she can't count on him. She try to be nosy and hit up my ex. She like, girl, you can count on him. Hey, we need more. Tell them we need more. Putting numbers on the board. Let them keep the score. Hey, 16 cars in my front. Big numbers. 100-minute bag. That's a big number.
Coach, this is such a special place. You drive through the streets of Green Bay, no tall buildings, quaint houses, and then boom, right there in the middle of the neighborhood is iconic Lambeau Field. We all know this community lives for its Packers, and the green and gold came out of the tunnel a short time ago, and it was loud. We are ready for football, so are they, as the Packers get set to match up with Matthew Stafford and the Detroit Lions. Set to go now in Week 6 of the NFL season, and we are underway on EA Sports. And this will be a touchback as that sail. They'll go with their leading rusher from a season ago. This is Aaron Jones. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Solid way to start the drive. 13 yards, picking up the first. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. There's Rodgers to throw. Man open, that's Marquez Valdez-Scantling. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. 28 yards the gain there on the catch and run.
That crossing route is so effective when you hit it just right because you get a guy on the move, and then we see the end result there.
It's a nightmare for the defense. They got a guy with a full head of steam.
Not only does he catch it, but he picks up additional yardage after it.
Now a 1st down carry by Jones. And he'll get a little over 2, maybe a full 3 down to the 32-yard line. On 2nd down, it's Jones. And he's going to be brought down by the face mask. Here come the flags. This is going to get him a 1st down. Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
They stay on the ground. This time it's Williams. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down. On 2nd down, it's Williams. And he'll take this one in for a Packer touchdown. Jamal Williams, his 4th touchdown on the year. And they are able to strike first here on their opening drive. Crosby with the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game. Now after the touchdown, here's Crosby to kick it away. This one taken from the 7. Touchdown, Detroit! A 93-yard kickoff return as his guys are on the board here in this 1st quarter. Well, there you go. They gave up a score to start the game, and as quick as they could get it back, they did on the return.
And people talk about this all the time, whether you're coaching it, whether you're trying to work on it, whether you're just trying to put in the minds of your players. Attack back as fast as you can after giving up a score. No quicker way than on a kick return.
And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. About set to get this drive started, the Green Bay offense at the line. And that last touchdown drive they had very balanced. How key is that balance?
It's huge because most of the time when we talk about balance is run, pass, almost 50-50. But most of the times when you talk to offensive coaches, they say balance is we do what we want when we want to. And that means that they're ahead of the defense, keeping them on their heels.
Yeah, they imposed their will on that last drive. One play has them up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Working from the gun, Rodgers. Out of the backfield, this is Aaron Jones. Cool under pressure right there, escaping the pocket and finding what I think was not his primary target.
And some of these guys are just so comfortable getting outside of the pocket that they'll do it on purpose. It doesn't even need to be a breakdown. Just they move, and they know it affects the defense because a lot of times you get lost in coverage in the secondary. And I think you're exactly right. Wasn't his primary target. Found a secondary guy who sprang open, probably because of his movement out of the pocket.
On 3rd down, here's Jones. And Jones is not going to have... And no move to get the offense off the field. They'll stay put on 4th and 1.
4 down, check, 4 down. Hey, watch it. Kill.
Here we go with Williams. And an alley to run. And he's got the 1st down yardage before he's brought down at the 42. Well, we kind of looked at each other as they decided to go for it, but in the end, great execution, a 6-yard gain, and it all works out. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down. Rodgers with a give. It's Aaron Jones. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down. On 2nd down now. It's Jones, and he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair.
Anytime you call an inside running play, you just know there should be a lot of congestion there. You're counting on your offensive line to take control of the line of scrimmage. That didn't happen in this case, and that play got bottled up.
Here's play number 7 on the drive. This is 3rd and 7.
Let's go, D.
Shotgun now for Rodgers. He's got his man, Valdez-Scantling. And it's going to be another 1st down as they'll get him to the ground at the Lions' 14. I think everyone in the stadium saw that big hit coming.
And I, as a former defensive back, have to admit I'm a little disappointed. He actually was able to hold on to the ball. He brought the lumber on that play. Give my man a whole lot of credit for taking the hit and possessing the football.
And picking up the 1st down. On 1st down, Jones. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down. This defense against the run, by the way, they're not top 5, but they are top 10.
So what's your philosophy here? Do you try and run the ball against a team that's pretty good against the run? What if you're a pretty good running team? If so, you might want to go ahead and run it anyway because that's your strength.
On 2nd and 11 now. Rodgers. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back. Complete. It'll be a gain of 6, and they're going to face a 3rd down.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
We got to step it up.
Now a draw play. This is Jones. He didn't get the touchdown, but he did get the 1st down as he's tackled at the 1. 3rd and medium. They opted to run instead of pass, and it worked. 1st down. And they will stop him after a fairly minimal pickup. It's a gain of a yard, and it'll set up 2nd and goal.
Well, he did get a taste the previous week. He got into the end zone trying his best to get there in this game. So far, he's been denied.
they'll run it with Williams. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Green Bay touchdown. Jamal Williams with his second touchdown of the game and 5th on the year. And the Packers have taken the lead. Now Crosby for the point after. And he's got it. It's now a 14-7 ball game. Through one quarter, 14-7 our score. Back for the second quarter in Green Bay. It's the Packers in possession of the football, as we'll see one following the score on the final play before break. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Stafford and the Lions now have it 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. And they'll start the drive on the ground with Johnson. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. On the tackle that time, Dean Lowry.
Brings up 2nd and 9 at the 26-yard line.
The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. Stafford going to give this one off to Johnson. He'll have a first down past the 40. And finally taken down at the 35-yard line. And he will take this all the way down to the Packers' 35-yard line.
That outside handoff to the left, that play has to warm the heart of an offensive line coach because they controlled the left side where they were supposed to, but they didn't allow anything to leak from the backside on the right side of the offensive line either. Well played.
Yeah, and it created a big run. So that changes things a bit. Here's a 1st and 10 all the way down at the 35. Faking the give to Johnson. Now it's Stafford. A 50-50 ball here, and it's intercepted. Adrian Amos with a pick. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Brandon, this is a veteran quarterback back there. He should know better than to make a throw like this. This is definitely not his best ball. And I think he knew this was trouble the second it was leaving his hand.
So after the INT, it's Rodgers to Valdez-Scantling over the middle. Nice way to start the drive. A gain of 12 and a first down.
A gain of 12 yards.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route. Drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
Rodgers will bring him up to the line, 1st and 10. And he's a perfect 5 for 5 here to begin the game. Well, they'll run it here on the jet sweep. And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down. On 2nd down, it's Jones. A very good move, but for a relatively modest gain out near the 32.
On a 2nd and long, it's really nice to see an offense that has enough confidence to run the football in that situation. I think that goes back to their practice and game planning. They've seen things that they've seen on tape and in previous games that led them to believe that even in a long-distance situation, they can still run the football and gain enough yardage to put themselves in a good spot on 3rd down.
To throw is Rodgers. And Adams has it, complete. His first catch, and it's a pretty big one. They get the conversion on 3rd down.
It's a gain of 20. That's good.
But we're used to seeing the guy that you consider the number 1 receiver double covered. But how about this guy? He's double covered and finds a way to make the play for a first down.
That's how you increase your Madden rating, right?
No doubt about that at all. And you know something? I think we'll hear about that from him soon.
They'll run on 1st down. Jones. And he picks up about 6 as he gets this down to the 41.
That play wasn't quite as big as the play that preceded it, but still, got to like the way they're moving the football, partner.
Absolutely. Pretty good room to run on that last play.
Yeah, they didn't get a first down, but still, you'll take runs like that each and every time, won't you?
This is Jones. Not much there. Maybe a couple as he's taken down at the 40. So 3rd and 2. This quite possibly 4-down territory, though, if they're stopped. Now Rodgers steps away to his left. The left side completion to Jones. He'll wind up being stopped for no gain, and it'll lead to a 4th down. So he rolls out of the pocket left, just ends up finding a safety valve, but no gain there.
No gain, but it looked like they were well coached on the play because he still went through his progressions, and the receivers know that when the quarterback exits the pocket, they have defined routes to run now to get into his sight lines and try and help him out. End up throwing it short to the running back. Give the defense credit for not giving up any yardage.
And he finds Jimmy Graham. A gain of 26 and a conversion there as well on 4th down.
And the game just keeps evolving. Big guys running those corner routes, so difficult to cover.
Rodgers will bring him up to the line, 1st and 10. And he's 8 for 8 now, throwing the ball to start the game. They go back to the ground with Jones. And he will get this into the end zone. Touchdown, Green Bay. Aaron Jones, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Packers are able to stretch that lead out further. Extra point try now for Crosby. It's good, and it is now 21-7. Now after the touchdown, here's Crosby to kick it away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. From the 29, Stafford. Second quarter action, 1:56 remaining. Oh, he'll want that one back. Incomplete. He doesn't drop too many in that department. 3rd down. Coming up at the half, a reminder, we go back to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman. He'll have a look back at our first half as well as a look ahead to what's coming up later this weekend. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. It's a gain of 14 and a 1st down for Detroit. Now on the heels of that run by Johnson, here's another 1st and 10.
Hey, foxtrot, foxtrot.
A shotgun snap for Stafford. Completing it to the right side, Johnson. And he'll go out of bounds. It appears right at the 45. Call it a gain of 3, and it'll make it a 2nd down.
A 3-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 7.
Set, 180. I smell fear in that offense. I smell fear in that offense.
To throw is Stafford. It's caught on the left side by Kurz. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up 3rd down. On 3rd down, Johnson. And that'll hurt up the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. Losing 2 yards that time, and now it's 4th down. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts as the clock shows 50 seconds to play here in half number 1. Stafford will stay out there. He'll lead his guys up to go for it on 4th down. So they will go for it. Stafford. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Za'Darius Smith. And the Packers are going to get the football back in excellent field position. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. On the delay, Jones. Damon Harrison, the one on the stop. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Off the play fake to Jones. Here's Rodgers. And he'll be out of bounds, able to get it down to the 25 there.
And, partner, I think that was a great example that not all tight ends are created equal. Because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
Now Rodgers. Got a man over the middle. It's Williams. Now the Packers going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1. The field goal unit's going to stay put on the sideline. They're going to go on 4th down here.
It's just me and you. It's just me and you. It's just me and you. Motion. Reset. 30. Reset.
Rodgers to throw for it on 4th. It's caught outright by Graham. Now the Packers going to burn their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in this first half. Rodgers now 11 for 11. Perfect in this opening half. It's 1st and 10.
41's the mic. 41's the mic. It's been a long day for you. Hey, 41's mic. 41's mic. Plant. Get him. 41 mic. 49, get up.
Rodgers to throw once more. This is caught. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, Packers. Terrence Williams in the final seconds of the first half. And the Packers are able to stretch that lead out further. Extra point up and good by Crosby. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. Now after the touchdown, here's Crosby to kick it away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. Time here for likely one play, then off to the locker room, and they're going to have some adjustments to make.
They certainly will, and I think a lot of people are thinking to themselves, all right, take the knee, get out of here, regroup. But how will the head coach and his staff approach halftime? Will it be angry? Will it be clinical? Will they be calm? Will they just let it all out? Who knows? I'm going to be a fly on the wall for this one, though.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. There you have it. Halftime quickly over. Third quarter, here we go. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. They're down 3 touchdowns to this point, needing to put something together as they have it 1st and 10. Being chased out left. Give him a couple on the scramble. It's 2nd down.
Yeah, he only gets a few yards on 1st and 10, but he's better off doing that than throwing an incompletion or even worse, an interception.
To To throw again on second down. Stafford. That's caught by the big tight end, T.J. Hockenson. And he's able to get this one up to his 30 before he's out of bounds. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a third down. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down.
Hey, 50.
Stafford. Well, the two men come together, and it's incomplete. Excellent work defensively, brings up fourth down.
Well, we're into the second half now, and this is an offense that continues to struggle to sustain a drive.
Looks like they're just totally out of sync, whether they're running the ball, passing the ball like we saw there. I don't know. The rhythm seems off. Well, the offense failed earlier on the previous crack at this, but they're going again on fourth down. They are going to go for it. It's Stafford. And it is incomplete. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And the Packers are going to get the football back in excellent field position. So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
Jump out. Box it, box it, box it, box it. To the 50.
Now it's Rodgers. He's airing it out for Williams. And a scary incompletion, almost picked off. It would have been their first INT of the game. Instead, second down. Defensively, celebration time because they finally forced an incompletion. He was perfect throwing the ball to that point.
Yeah, but from his viewpoint, they didn't force the incompletion. He just missed. That's how hot he is right now, and that's how he wants to continue to throw the ball.
To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Rodgers, and this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's second down.
And now offensively it's 3rd and 10, and I'm just thinking to myself, actors always say, what's my motivation before a big scene? Right now the play caller's thinking, what have I done before that's worked well that I can go to right now?
Yeah, because they were pretty successful in the first half scoring points. Haven't done anything so far here in the second half. Throwing is Rodgers on 3rd down. Forced out to his left. And he will go down outside of the pocket for a sack. Tried to get away but could not. Devon Kennard able to record his 5th sack of the season. So on now for the Packers at their all-time leading scorer, Mason Crosby. This from 54 yards away. And his kick is good. Oh, he just did tuck it into the bottom of that left corner. And that will extend their lead even further. So put another 3 on the board. All things considered, a good opening drive to begin the third quarter.
And as a defense, the way that this game is going, you're excited to see those points go on the board. Gives them a little bit of leeway to play with when they're out on the field. But they're real excited to see their offense score. Now they get to go out there and do their part.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And on that last drive, went for it on 4th, turned it over. A good job by their defense, though. They held them to 3, but this offense, they've got to be a little bit better, a little bit more careful here.
And sometimes when you see these calls on 4th down, when they decide to go for it, it's not necessarily the coach saying, I believe in my offense. Sometimes the coach saying, I believe in my defense. I can afford to go for it here, because if we don't get it, I don't think we'll give up more than 3, and that's exactly what happened there.
You think that factored in?
I do. I think that he had that in his mind going into the game, that I'm going to be aggressive on offense because I know I've got a defense that can hold up there.
The ball comes out, and this is going to be Packer football.
We have seen this before, and we know coaches preach about this and work on it all the time. Catch the ball. You know there's going to be some traffic somewhere. They've got to put it away and secure it as they try and get downfield.
They'll start the drive with a carry by Jones. A little juke. A solid run on 1st down. Gain of 7. Leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
Recon, 132 fighter.
Play action. Now it's Rodgers. Flush to his right. And he'll go out of bounds, it appears, right at the 45. What can't Aaron Rodgers do? The legwork there getting him the first.
That's something we have not seen him do to this point, and that's take the ball, tuck it, and run.
Exactly right. His first carry of the game. I guess he picked a good time to do it.
He certainly did. Not only did he have the element of surprise, he's making sure he's judicious in taking off.
Four down. Check.
On first down, it's Jones. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. Trey Flowers there on the tackle.
You know that old expression, it's not my night? It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
Every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. For the Lions, an extra DB in the game now here on third down. From the gun, it's Rodgers. He's got Adams on the hookup. And it's going to be another first down as they'll get him to the ground at the Lions' 36. So from the 36 now, first and 10. Out of the shotgun, it's Jones. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him. 23 yards on the pickup there and a first. Into the red zone, it's Rodgers. To the goal line, but it's incomplete. Devontae Adams, the intended receiver. But it's going to be second down.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete. This drive, which was going so smoothly, all of a sudden it's a little bit of a roadblock here with two straight incompletions.
Yeah, apparently this defense has had enough. Apparently they're saying no more. We're making a stand right here, right now. But it is 3rd and 10. They've got to get after him one more time.
Single receiver. Back north.
Hey, seam 6.
To throw is Rodgers. To throw on third down. He's got it. That was the 9th play of the drive, and they pick up 9 yards with it. They've been brilliant, perfect on 4th down so far. 3 for 3, and they're going to try again here. Here's Rodgers to throw. And that is going to be incomplete. The Packers unable to pick up the first. And it'll be a turnover on downs. They'll try to get the offense going with Johnson. And a loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. From his own goal line, Stafford completing it here to Marvin Jones. And they'll mark him down right around the 9, just shy of the 10. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Back to throw, Stafford. He's got Curse. And he works it across the 25 before being tackled. They'll get 17 that time, and the Lions have a first down. Stafford now perfect since the second half started. 7 of 7. It's 1st and 10. Johnson. And he powers his way up past the 30. Preston Smith there on the stop.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
And Jones has it over the middle. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
Here's Stafford now on 2nd down. Right side, it's the tight end, Hockenson. It's a gain of 5 on the play, and that's going to make it 3rd down and 10. You got the big lead defensively, willing to give them that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
A throw for Galladay is going to be intercepted. Picked up by Darnell Savage, the rookie from Maryland. And into the end zone. It's a pick 6 and a Packer touchdown. That's the story of the game. They've been suffocating all game long on defense. They were suffocating there again in a big way.
And they've done it not just by out-athleting them, which is often the case, but by being able to adjust to anything they tried to throw at them and beating them to the punch each and every time. This was a defense that was well prepared.
This will be fielded at the 8. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line.
Let's go. 26-yard line.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily what you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers. Once again, they'll come up on the 26-yard line, 2nd and 10. Here's Stafford. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10.
6-6, pull it high.
From the gun, here's Stafford. Buying time to his left. And that is incomplete. Another wayward pass. You know, things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
And all that does is embolden a secondary. They feel good about what's going on, and they just play better and better.
The Lions will use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. Here's Sam Martin now. And surprisingly, this is the first punt of the game for either team. And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. Oh, he'll field it in the end zone. A terrific return there. 27 yards all told. And it'll be Packer football here. 1st down and 10. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. This ball game certainly has gotten a little out of hand. This is normally when they say you got to fill. This is fill time for guys like you and I. But yeah, to be frank, just a dominating performance. Really impressive what we've seen.
It is, and I'm glad that you went in that direction because otherwise we're going to have to talk about the museum tour we took yesterday.
Which was also...
Which was also very impressive. But this game, how they've done it, offense, defense, special teams, they put it all together. And I got to tell you, I am beyond impressed by what I've seen from this team.
Here we go.
First down, Kaiser. Caught on the right side by Jones. It's a gain of 7, and that'll make it 2nd down. Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3. To throw, Kaiser. Dancing, and he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. The ex-Iowa Hawkeye Mike Daniels in for the sack. So a tough spot for Kaiser. The sack, and now it's 3rd and long. Jones has it. And they will advance this across midfield, but still well shy of a first as he's tackled at the 47. 6 yards on the pickup, and it'll be 4th down. So on 4th down, they're going to go again. Keep in mind they're 3 of 4 so far in these situations.
Hey. 4 down.
Now Kaiser on 4th down. And Adams has it, complete. That's a 4th down pickup of 10 yards and an opportunity certainly missed on the defensive side. On play action, Kaiser. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Mike Daniels, his 2nd sack of the night.
Sometimes I watch games and wonder why they use play fakes on certain passing situations because it's not going to fool anyone. I don't know if that was the case here, but the end result was the same. No one fooled. The quarterback was hit.
Hot seven. Go. I need one over here.
Off the play fake, Kaiser lets this one rip toward Graham. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a 3rd down. 4th quarter, you've got the big lead. If you're coaching, Charles, you still taking shots like that downfield?
I'd be a little more concerned with running some clock and making sure you're taking care of the lead because you keep flinging it around, you throw a couple of picks, you can put yourself in jeopardy.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Kaiser to throw it. They'll set up the screen. This is Williams. And that play will go nowhere. Losing yardage back near midfield at the 49. Not at all what they envisioned on 3rd down. 3 yards in the wrong direction. Here's Kaiser. Open man is Addison, complete. And they're going to be set up down around the 15-yard line. 4th down conversion plays, you usually think 1, 2, 3 yards, maybe 10. Not there. What a huge pickup as the Sticks make a drastic shift forward. Now Kaiser. It's caught on the right side. Williams. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals.
Is it okay if I break one of our rules, partner, which is to never call a game over until it's over? Because this certainly feels like it's over after that drive.
Yeah, that was spirit-crushing, wasn't it? And now you just kind of felt the air go out of the balloon.
Yeah, they were fighting so hard to stay in there, and they knew they had to stop them on that drive. But when they were unable to, I think you're exactly right. You could see them sag on their sideline, and I think this one might just be over.
And how about that return as he's all the way inside the 20-yard line.
And that's the type of return that puts a tremendous amount of pressure on the defense now. They've got to go out on the field almost like it's a sudden change, almost like it's a turnover. They've got to go out there and try and stop them. But, boy, what a tough spot they're in.
A throw left side to start the drive is complete. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down. 2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on 1st down.
Mike's 4-2. Zero. Check.
Now Stafford. Escaping the pressure right. All in all, no gain on the play, and it'll bring up 3rd. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Lions in possession of the football as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Completing it to the right side, Johnson. And he picks up the first as he's able to take it down to the 7-yard line. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. A shotgun snap for Stafford. And this is going to be intercepted. Adrian Amos with a pick. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. All smiles and high fives on that defensive sideline. That interception will cap off what was truly a tremendous performance.
Yeah, if you can hold a team to 7 points in the NFL, that's the kind of day that you feel really good about. Now, I do know a few guys are going to think to themselves, held them to 7. If we'd made one more play, could have had our shutout.
Following the interception, Kaiser. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. A fight for the football, and it's intercepted. Picked by Tracy Walker, and his guys are going to get the football at the 23-yard line. After the interception, here's Stafford. The left side completion to Jones. And somewhat of a measure of revenge as he's in for the touchdown, but they still trail big time.
He'll take it, but he won't be able to smile about it.
Now Prater to add the PAT. And they make the score a little bit more respectable here in our final quarter of play. After the touchdown, out is Prater to kick. And that'll carry over the back line. About set to get this drive started, the Green Bay offense at the line. And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself, but you still got your starting quarterback out there. When do you go to the backup, let him get some time?
And that's one of the great questions in the NFL, Brandon, because I'm just going to tell you, in the 2015 season, I commentated on 3 games in a row that were blowouts. And in none of them did the starting quarterback ever come out of the game for the team that had a big lead. And in each instance, I asked the coaches later on, why didn't you do that? And they all looked at me and said, just don't really do that in the NFL. You know, these guys play, and we just play them all the way through. Now, in certain situations, they will take them out, but for the most part, they're not as worried and concerned about getting them out of the game. And that's always puzzled me a little bit.
Credit the tackle to Darius Slay. I guess the simple question, why not just take a knee there?
I don't understand either why you would take any sort of a chance. We've seen it happen in the game of football. Doesn't matter whether you've watched high school, college, or the NFL. Some people get a little greedy, try to get that extra running play in, and it can backfire on them.
Now a shot taken on 3rd down, but it's going to wind up incomplete. Here's J.K. Scott now. Always a good sign when your first punt comes in the 4th quarter. Oh, it's a wobbler here. So they will accept the penalty and move forward. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. One last throw here for Stafford. He's going to, and for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Picked off by Anderson-Dejo. And that will write a finish to this ball game. Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feel like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So for the Packers, their good start continues as they get their record up to 4-2. And they'll get another home date next week as the Raiders will come to town. Meanwhile, for Detroit, they'll fall to 1-4 with a loss. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew here at EA Sports, I'm Brandon Gaudin saying so long, everybody.
Oh, tryna go be. Better run up the cash, you love to spend. Better kill it and did it again. But the intent, no, I'm down to win. I can't feel bad about it. I know you sad about it.
Know you sad about it. Know you sad about it.
I just got bags from Prada. Rolling up. I'm in a brand new model. It'll be here tomorrow. I don't got fears or problems. Only got real ones round them. Only got. It take a week to count it. Then I'm back up. Name the place and we back up. Running these racks up. 100 meals a week after. Dying from laughter. When it come to handles, never had one. With a bad one. Made a meal today and they my last one.
Oh, I had to get back up. I had to get back up.
I can't take no loss. You better call back up. I'm running it down to finish. I don't play, get down to get it. Talk about that, come slide, I'm with it. Better see me now, on God, I'm litty. I know that you tryna go be. Better run up the cash, you love to spend. Better kill it and did it again. But the intent, no, I'm down to win. I can't feel bad about it. I know you sad about it.
Know you sad about it. Know you sad about it.
I'm moving too fast, I can't stop. Wiping it down with the paint hot. Left hand on the wheel. I'm closing the top on the raindrop. I'm keeping the game in the headlock. When throwed and blinded my dreadlock. In the end zone with the mad dot. One phone call, get it dead stop. I feel like I own the season. Say one thing, just give me a reason. Knowing you're mad, I'm undefeated. Top dog, making it even.
Oh, I had to get back up.
Back up.
I had to get back up.
I can't take no loss. You better call back up. I'm running it down to finish. I don't play, get down to get it. Talk about that, come slide, I'm with it. Better see me now, on God, I'm litty. I know that you tryna go be. Better run up the cash, you love to spend. Better kill it and did it again. But the intent, no, I'm down to win. I can't feel bad about it. I know you sad about it.
Know you sad about it. Know you sad about it.